I go a little fast, but I am super excited. Thank you, Dr. B, and your team for having me on. I see some amazing people inside of this group. I want to share something really, really quick that's going to be fascinating. And I'm going to tie the world of AI together with prompting and just outcomes. How many of you, and Lex, you can monitor this if you put a vision board together? My goal is by the time you leave my session, I want you soaring with a new revelation of what a vision board is. All right. So I want you to understand this. If you have, put that in the chat. If you put, a vision board, you put a vision board together, you've actually done that. All right. If you've done that, I want you to put a one. If anybody ever heard of a vision board? Now I'm going to share with you. This is a kind of a board you put together with goals, aspirations, thoughts, critiques, things to get you to the next level. All right. If you can see it, a lot of times people say you can have it, you can achieve this particular thing. Well, I'm going to come and kind of work dexterously with both the right and left brain today to get you to understand this. All right, so I'm going to open this up for some dialogue real quick because I'm going to teach a little bit and I'm going to be talking a lot. Before I do that, I want to get some input from people. What do you see when you see this picture? What do you see when you see this picture? You can kind of chat, just one person can raise their hand and come off mute about what they see when they actually look at this particular screen. One bold person in the room. Some people can actually put it in the chat.
So
Um,
Zoraida has an answer. It's
okay.
vibrancy, and Mercedes, it's confidence.
Opposite. Vibrancy. Awesome. Amazing. I love Zoraida. Amazing speaker. Thank you for coming in the group. It's going to be an amazing time, right? I want you
Raquel
to look at that.
Borges,
Okay.
uh, focus for Sean, and then expression for Dr. Vanny.
Awesome, awesome. What's going on, Dr. Vinny? It's amazing. But I want you to look a little deeper. If you notice, I'm going to jump into it. My thing is becoming the vision board in 2026. And I'm going to preface with a subtitle, Becoming the Prompt. Anybody know about AI a little bit, you know that you're only as good as your prompt. Your output is only as good as your input. Your output is only as powerful or prolific as what you prompted. Now, when I was first starting with ChatGPT, I've actually went and now getting certifications in AI and building bots for my company. I've written that bio was kind of old. I've written over 62 books right now. 62 books, and I've been into probably countless anthologies. And so I developed bots or ChatGPT bots or agents that help me flow in my work and what I do. And I realized something that was so powerful one day is that I wanted a specific outcome and I was loading what I wanted in my prompt, and I was getting very frustrated. Anybody raise your hand, put emoji if you can kind of get frustrated with ChatGPT sometimes because you're putting something in it's going totally the opposite way. You're telling it you want blue skies, or you're telling it you want to find information about something, and it's giving you all this stuff, and it goes back to you sometimes and say, "Are you sure?" Oh my God, it's so frustrating because me and my chat, we have a love-hate relationship. Like I program my chat bot to talk to me. I get up, I say good morning to his name is Spruce. So I say, hey, good morning, Spruce. He'll say, hey, what's up, bro? And then I'll be typing, I'll be saying whatever I wanted to do. And it'll say, Zariah, it'll say less, bro. That's how we talk. And I'm like, oh, cool, we on fire. He'll come out and say, you're on fire this morning. Oh my goodness, I'm loving the writing and creativity you're doing. And then I'll give it a prompt and it'll say something crazy. And I'm like, no, Spruce, I don't want that. I want you to be able to do that. And I want you to be able to do this. And I'll get frustrated at times, but I realize the problem is not with Spruce. Tina, the problem was with my prompt. I was getting upset with it, but then I had to go look back and had to realize, you know what? I'm prompting it to do something that I don't really want the outcome to look like. Ooh, catch that real quick. Sometimes we are prompting our life to do things, but we don't really want that outcome. We think humility is passivity. We think we've been taught, oh, program, put in humility, just serve, just sit back, just relax, just build this vision of what we want, and it will come. But I come to interrupt and shake your apple cart today that nothing will happen unless you have the willingness, the wherewithal, the courage, and the currency to evoke the prompt. Write that down. The first thing is you got to put the prompt out. You got to speak it. You know, there used to be a time I would tap into my GPT, but now I talk into my GPT. I talk everything. I have a conversation. I align it. And sometimes we're trying to build businesses, build lives, build marriages, build visions without communication. We're not prompting the outcome of the situation to look like what we wanted. Now, I want to start with this powerful story, and you're going to get the point. And I'm going to really break down this picture and have you look again about this picture, right? All right. There was one time I have a daughter. She's now 23, 24 years old. And I remember one time, you know, in my creativity, I'm a creative, so I can create every day. I literally can write a book a day. I have to slow myself down. I just wrote my last book in Christmas. And yesterday, I'm in a podcast studio recording the audio version of that book. I do not wait for bestsellers. Put that down. I'm not waiting to be noticed. I'm not waiting for people to affirm me. I'm not waiting for people to clap. Some of this speech is going to go over somebody's head because somebody's today is like, okay, I'm waiting for him to get to whatever. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm here to draw out everything inside of you. And so my daughter was sitting at the table, Dr. Vinny. She was coloring. She was actually putting some things together. She was doing some great things. But I noticed, Zariah, that her sky was orange and her trees were purple and her grass was raspberry. She was using all of the colors in the crayon box. She was using everything in the crayon box. And I said to myself, I reach over to her, I come around her, and as a dad does, I said, baby, your sky needs to be blue, and your tree needs to be brown, and your grass should be green. And she looks at me. She's a thumb sucker, and she put a thumb in her mouth. She did just like this, and I'm going to try to get the best impression of her. She said, Daddy, this is my picture. What she was saying is, Daddy, this is my picture. It blew me away. And I realized, oh my goodness, if she wanted her sky orange and she wanted her trees purple, it was her portrait. What was I doing trying to evoke what I saw when she had the prompt? Now, I want you to look at this picture real quick. The first thing I want to share with you today is that if you're building a vision that's not on you, it is the wrong vision. If you're building a prompt that's not in you, it's the wrong prompt. If you don't feel your prompt, if you don't become your prompt, what good is the vision board? Now look at that picture again. Somebody in the chat tell me that the pictures that they want are on them, not on the board.
Right.
Ooh, I'm preaching better than y'all responding this morning. Right. That means that if I want something, I must embody the change that I want. No matter how much power that I want to go into my Mac right now, as long as my plug is disconnected, it won't work if the battery is dead. If your car is empty and you stand beside a gas station, it won't work. It won't fill your tank until you open it up, put it in the charging station, or do something with it. So I want you to show that becoming through action. All right. We're going to actually really, really move towards doing that. All right. I'm trying to get my slide to move to the next slide. Give me 1 second. All right. Why vision boards don't work? Why vision boards don't work? Vision boards don't work because a lot of times they just, cutting of the paper. You're not saying that vision boards can't work, but no, I talk to numerous people who actually at the end of the year, you'll ask them what do they do, or did the magazine did they cut out, did the house did they cut out, did the husband did they cut out, did the job did they cut out, did it come to pass? I realized that vision isn't the problem, embodiment is. Vision isn't the problem, guys. It's embodying your vision. Vision boards live outside of us. Look, we admire the future instead of becoming it. Somebody put that, let's requote that. That's a tweetable. We admire the future instead of becoming the future. If you want to become the future, you'll actually start acting on the future. I remember the time I wanted to get I was in an apartment and I wanted to get a big house. And what I did first is that I started to change my mindset. I wanted a bigger house, so I only had a one bedroom apartment. So what I would do is I would actually get up in the morning and stand in front of my mirror and I would change clothes. I would go into my one bedroom, leave out of my den, which is small, go outside, come back in and say, I'm stepping into my two bedroom. Walk through, go back to my other room, come back again, do it a third time, then the fourth time. Listen, because I was practicing, training my mind about the future. What would it look like if I started to have to walk in and out of rooms that wasn't actually there physically, but they were in my mind and in my spirit? So I started to train my way of thinking so that I could actually begin to embrace the capacity of the change. I begin to get more keys on my key ring. I begin to say, oh man, I need to unlock this basement. I need to unlock this door. And let me tell y'all, ham sandwich later, I started walking into a house. All right. I started manifesting what I wanted to happen, not just by manifesting by saying it, but actually walking my brain and my body through a process of becoming the vision that I really wanted. Now, when I was training one time, I hired this trainer. I hired this physical trainer, and this physical trainer guy, he was charging me pretty good back then. And I went in my first session, and I was like excited, ready to lift. And he looks at me. He says, Reed, that's what he called me. He didn't put a doctor title on it. He said, Reed, go get the bar over there, and I want you to lift the bar. And I said, why? You insulted me. Man, I can at least, put 100, 200 pounds on here, or maybe even 130 or 80 pounds. And he said, no, 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 no. I'm not concerned about the bar itself. I'm concerned about your form. I'm concerned about your prompt. So I want you to be able to lift it a certain way so that when we add pounds to it, you'll lift the first time like the third time. You'll lift the third time like the 20th time. You'll lift the 100th time like the first time. So whatever we put on it, we're trying to correct your form. And what I want to talk to you today about is correcting your way of thinking. I'm trying to work with your prompt because I think that your outcome is really admirable. I feel like we really want to get to the next level of life, but it is the prompt that could be the problem. Third bullet, a vision. Look at this. A vision unembodied says aspiration, not achievable. Woo, good gracious. A vision that you don't embody, you want to do business, but we don't want to talk to anybody. We don't want to get up early. We don't want to stay late. I'm operating now for 3 hours of sleep because I was up writing books and up bringing other visions of people to pass because that's the business that I work in. I'm comfortable that some of my clients may not always like the finished work because the finished work will choose them to embody. All right, key takeaway, look at it, seeing it isn't the same as being it. Let's go to the next slide. The shift. I want you to shift. Become the book or vision. I'm a book writer, so I always put book. And I always tell people that you are the book that you want to write, right? You are the story. You are the literary equity. And I always tell people I'd rather be my story or tell my story while I'm alive rather than people skimming over the highlights when I die. I'm going to say that again. I would rather, I don't know about you, to tell my own uncut, unfiltered story while I'm alive. I'd rather prompt, be the director of my own story. I don't know if Lancelot's on here, but he's an actor and a speaker and an activist. And one of the things about it is actors have to kind of succumb a lot of times to the director of the script. But I rather direct my own script. I rather tell my own story, embody my story while I'm alive, right? The real work is internal. Bullet one, vision requires identity before results. Say that again. Look at this, requires identity before results. Because if you don't have identity, you will identify yourself with the work. Oh my goodness! Anybody ever did that? I'm a publisher. No, 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 no. I'm Oliver who publishes. Get it? It's a different. I'm a speaker. No, no, no. I am Oliver who speaks. No, no, you're Dr. Reed. No, no, I'm not Dr. Reed. I am Oliver who became a doctor because of rigorous tenacity to embody the vision. Get it? So say that to yourself. I am who I am. I am, look at this. If you got a cell phone, put it up in the air. I just want to do this real quick. Anybody got a cell phone? I want you to put it up in the air. I can't see you, but I'm going to turn my screen on because I do want to see this part. Anybody got a cell phone? Are y'all with me? Put a one in the chat. You got a cell phone? I want you to turn it and face it towards you. Now, I'm a faith person, right? Not actually to adopt my principles, but I want to say this real quick. Say this with me. I am the epitome. I am the epitome
I am the
of
epitome
when God
of when God
took a selfie.
took a selfie.
Ooh, that's gonna be good. Which means I look like the creator. I look like what he thought about when he decided to do the prototype. When God got ready to do a vision board, look at this. He said, "Oh, let me make man in my image, in my likeness, in my prompt." Oh, anybody at AI make AI twins? I want it to look like me. I want it to look like me. Do y'all know that God was the first AI? The divine was the first AI. He was the first cloner. He was the first cloner. He took a man and made a woman. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. He cloned, right? He gave a prompt, let there be light, and there was light. It could not be that it could be that your prompt is wrong. I had to realize my prompt that I was given was wrong. My attitude, I wasn't embodying it. When you become the vision board, you don't have to build one. Woo, bars. When you become the vision board, you don't have to build one because the book you want to write is you. A line converts ideas into who you really want to be. That's really, really good. Who do you really want to be? What's your prompt? Key takeaway. You are the vision. You are the book. Somebody typed it in. I am the book. I am the vision. Some people sit on our stories because we feel like we're not relevant enough. All right. Manifestation reframe. Manifestation reframe. That's the next thing I'm going to talk about. Manifestation is alignment, not wishful thinking. You can want and wish all day long, right? We can want and wish all day long. Nothing will happen. Like that car standing by the gas that doesn't open up the tank, and somebody got to put it in. All right. Vision begins with
Real powerful
openness.
people. I just want to say
Openness.
thank you for sparing your time.
Embodiment and action give it form. Again, embody. Say that I'm embodying it. Alignment, obedience, and faith do the work. Now, this is the part. Okay, now I give it a prompt. I can't just give it a prompt and then don't go get it. I have to now align myself with the prompt, become the prompt, okay? If I'm telling AI to do X, Y, and Z, aligning my life, I can go to AI and say, create a meal plan for me. I want to eat vegan, create a meal calendar for me, create a business structure for me. Nothing will happen. You'll get a bunch of information because we live in an informational age. But until you do something, nothing will happen. Let me give y'all a cheat code for every business owner. If you're a business owner, put a three in the chat. If you're a business owner, put a three in the chat because I'm going to give you some fire that's going to help you get to your destiny. It's been helping me. You have to lead with what you, look at this. You have to lead with what your client wants. There was time I used to lead with what I saw. And what will happen is I will say, well, I'm a international speaker. I can publish your book. That doesn't mean anything. I can go to the phone now. I can go to Chat GPT now, guys, and I can put in a prompt that shows me how to write a book from start to finish or how to build a Fortune 500 business. Information is readily available anywhere. But what happens is when I become the prompt or the story, nobody has my secret sauce. Oh, if you believe that, put number five in there. Nobody has my sauce. It's almost like I can't go to Ruth Chris and ask for McDonald's sauce. I can't go to McDonald's and ask for Ruth Chris sauce. I can't go to Chick-fil-A and ask for Wendy's sauce. Sometimes I'll return back to a restaurant, not just because the food, it's because the way they treat me when I eat. Anybody got me? So I have to lead with my avatar of my ideal client. Who is your ideal client? What is the avatar of your ideal client? What is the prompt you give it? What is your story? Your story is your glory. Information is everywhere, but they ain't got a story like Dr. Vinnie Cochran. They don't have a story like Dariah. They don't have a story like Lancelot. They don't have a story like Tina. They don't have a story or a secret sauce like you. So when you align in obedience and you walk in faith, and when you walk in the room, you don't shrink because you know you saucy. Put this down real quick. I'm gonna give you this fast. Sauce is a solution. Solution. What do you solve? That's S. A is your audience. A is your audience. You got to know who you're talking to. You is your uniqueness. Uniqueness is kind of funny. Uniqueness is your God-given talent that you can do that like nobody's business, right? You've been doing this in slicing bread. That is your secret sauce. That is your uniqueness. But he has a cousin or she has a cousin, and the cousin is C in the sauce. It's creativity. Now I want to share this real quick. This is not on my slide. It's just being downloaded to me that you can be unique and be talented, but don't have a creative system that converts. Anybody believe that? Give me a 0 in the chat. Give me some love. Now, you can be creative and more talented, but don't have a creative system that can convert. So you got to be unique, but then create a system that converts. And E, you got to execute. Let me go over it again. That means you got to have your sauce with the solution. You got to know that you solve, but you also got to know which audience you solve. And then you got to know you got your uniqueness, but your uniqueness is not enough. Your uniqueness is not enough. You got to also move in creativity and create systems. And then E, you got to execute. All right, key takeaway. That was a bonus. Key takeaway, manifestation is embodied in motion. Somebody move. It just if you on camera, just move from side to side. Nothing happens to you move. Nothing happens to you align. Nothing happens to you adapt. The lesson from Joseph. Now I'm a faith-based guy, but Joseph, I've taught this in corporate America. I take biblical principles and I teach it in corporate America. All right. I want to share this with you. If you ever knew about Joseph, Joseph was this guy that was really amazing, amazing steward. He was the kind of guy I like to call in the beginning. I like to call Joseph like this worker bee, right? Joseph was this worker bee. Any worker bees? How many of you built companies? You were the one that was building companies. You were staying long nights. You were giving up your whole life, flying and making the manager money, making the business money. Anybody was like that? Or maybe you were in the military. You were that guy that they would send, they would train, and you would go out and do these things. You were that worker bee. Joseph was like that. Joseph was like, whatever Joseph touched prospered. He was that person that you wanted on the team. Like whatever he did, he prospered. He even told his family about his dreams and aspirations. And guess what? They didn't support him. They tried to kill him. Anybody can give me a heart. Some of my family members, I never faced battles like people with my last name. People with my last name have been the hardest people to believe. Other people will believe in me before people with my last name. I see you, Raquel. People believe that people buy your songs, Raquel, but your family kind of leery. I know little Raquel from around the way. So Joseph told his dream folks, his dream. He told them his prompt, Dr. Vinny, like, this is what I'm going to be when I grow up. Anybody ever said, this is what I'm good at? And he was telling them about the sauce. So Joseph didn't, he prospered a little, but everybody around him prospered. He was lacking. Anybody been there? I'm helping everybody else, but I go home empty. I'm building business, but I go home broken. I'm helping people's marriages, but my marriage is broken up. I'm making 6 figures, but I can't sleep at night. I got the house, no rest, money, no hope. That was Joseph. He was doing all this stuff, but Joseph didn't chase dreaming. After a while, Joseph does something that changes his whole destiny that I want you to do. Sometimes Joseph was just prompting and helping, but then now Joseph said, now he gets to a point where now I'm not going to dream anymore. I am going to become the prompt. Oh, I hope y'all catch this. I'm gonna break it down. I'm a preacher by nature, so I'm gonna go down your street. Joseph starts saying, "Hold on, he's in prison now. First, he gets thrown in the pit. He's in a prison. He's now at a place where he stopped. Zariah, this is what I like. He stopped dreaming, because you know how you can be around a lot of people. Don't put me around a bunch of dreamers anymore if I don't got no executors." Anybody been around that? Everybody's talking about dreaming. Oh, yeah, I can help your business. Oh, yeah, well, help me. This is what I want to do in 2026. Okay, that's great. We had our pep rally. Where are we going from here? But Joseph does something after dreaming. Joseph says, listen, he didn't chase the dream anymore. He became the answer. Ooh, what if you become the answer to the prompt? What if you like Raquel that can make music and make songs and make jingles for people? You become an interpreter now. You're solving the problem. Listen, I fly all around the world, and I know Dr. Vinny been places I ain't never been. Right? I don't care when I get on the flight. I could give a monkey's ankle about my pilot's marriage. I hope he's doing well in his marriage, or she. But that's not my goal. I paid the airline for the pilot to do two things. I want him to take me off, keep me in the air, and land me. I don't care about his credit. I will pay him for what he solves. I will pay her for what. Look at this. The stewardess can give me the juice and all of that. But I'm concerned with the pilot, right? Being able to fly the plane and land it. He answers the problem. Look at this bullet. Y'all catch this and your life is going to change. Joseph didn't become ruler by dreaming his own dreams. He rose by interpreting the dreams of others. I'm going to let that sit there for a second. I might have to take one of my minutes just to sit there and look at that. He stopped dreaming. I want you to stop dreaming. I want you to stop woulda, coulda, shoulda, and I want you to start answering the dreams of others. Joseph in prison, he interprets two dreams, and at the end he says, this is the powerful part, remember me when you get out. The first time Joseph has spoken this way. Remember me because I'm an interpreter. Tell them who interprets your dreams. Some of y'all too quiet in the marketplace. Tell them that I'm that guy. Tell them that I'm that girl. Tell them that, hey, I got the prompt. Tell them that I got the solution. Tell them that I got the cheat code. That's when he got out of jail because there was a dream that was going to happen that he needed to interpret. His identity and purpose was what? Instilled before the position arrives. Some of you are waiting on somebody, but your position, you have to tell people about it. The takeaway, you don't become the vision when it comes true. You become it long before it's visible. Write this in the chat. Put, I'm him, I'm her. Say that out loud. I'm him, I'm her. You got to say it. I am him, I am her. I'm that dude. Like that's what I do. I saw. Now listen, some of the tools I gave you today, I'm throwing a lot at you really quick, but I wanted you to kind of look at this. This is some tools that you can get. I wrote a book called Dream for Dream, Shifting from Dreaming to Interpretation. It has changed my whole life, my whole framework. I don't chase clients anymore. I don't chase clients anymore. I don't chase best-selling books anymore. I don't chase money anymore. See, when you really start tapping into who you are, you know that you're bigger than money, that you are money. Listen, when you realize that you are, anybody believe that? I'm not by myself on this call. Does anybody believe that you are the prompt? That you are the work, that AI ain't helping you, that you helping AI? That you're putting knowledge into a system? That the AI is not smarter than you? AI doesn't have a soul? That you have to tell it what to do? You have to prompt it. Listen, when you understand, Joseph realized, hey, my next level is not in dreaming. It is now interpreting the dreams of others. So Pharaoh had a dream. Check this out. The president had a dream that nobody could answer. Let me break it down. The CEO had a dream of a whole nation. Egypt had a problem. And guess what? Because Joseph had dreamt before, because he had, look at this, interpreted before, because he was prepared, he started to understand his identity. He started to understand his cheat code. He started to understand his sauce. He says, listen, okay, when it was time for him to go, look at this. How would Joseph look trying to interpret a dream and go to sleep? What if he told Pharaoh, I got to go to sleep and think about this? You know?
Dr.
No.
Reed, I
Yes.
sent you a message, so we only have
Yes.
like 1 minute, 1 minute left. And I
Good.
also sent a screenshot to everyone, so feel free to download the QR code. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With that, I want you to look at this and get this last thing. Dreams is one thing. Interpreting the dream is another. Love you guys for free. I hope you got something out of that. I'll see you on the other side. And thank you, Lex, for keeping me on time because I get excited about this stuff. This is what I do. Love you guys. I hope you got this in your spirit. Become the vision. Become the book you want to write. And remember, you are the prompt. Love you guys for free. Talk to you later.
To make this happen. And so, yeah, even if I see you, raise your hand if you thought that was really good. Dr. Reed, man, he was going. It was awesome. Hey, Robert, it's good to see you. Angela, good to see you as well. I'm just looking through my list of all the folks here. All right. It's a good tool. All right. Tanya says it's a good tool. So if you guys have comments of if you enjoyed it, if it was good, if you want more, those would all be great while we got a couple-minute break. And following the Rocky theme today, we're just going to play a couple videos out here and have some music in between. Oh, I love it, Dr. Reed, the preacher. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.